Welcome back. I'm Father Moses.
And I'm Mother Gabriella, and I'm from Christ the Bridegroom Monastery. And we have with us today Tricia Hartung from St. Barbara's Byzantine Catholic Community in Dayton, Ohio, and Father Nick Rashford from St. Nicholas Byzantine Catholic Parish in Lorain, Ohio. And we're going to be talking a little bit about St. Nicholas and some cookies. So, Tricia, do you want to get us started? What are you teaching us about today?
Well, I got started making St. Nicholas cookies and celebrating the feast day in this way when I saw this.
Oh, you want to see it?
Yeah,
okay,
please.
Here you go.
Thank you. Sorry, Father. When I saw this little guy on the wall at St. Gabriel's Parish in Las Vegas. And I said, what is that and what do I do with it?
Yeah, this is great.
It's beautiful. It's it's made from a hundreds-year-old mold from the old country.
Whoa.
That one's a plaster cast.
That's awesome.
So that's where I got started making those, and they look like this after you mold them. You can also paint them and then.
Wow, let me take a look at that. That's
But that
beautiful.
was kind of complicated for the little kids that I was working with.
Wow, look at this.
So,
This is so intricate. Wow.
it was too complicated
That's
and
great.
very hard for the little kids, and they had no patience for that kind of thing. So I started making cut cookies with the same recipe. This is a speculoos recipe that I've tweaked over the years, and we're going to be including it on the screen for you. But then I use.
So you're just taking a little chunk there and you're going to roll it out to cut it out?
Right.
Okay.
And I use dowels to make them the same height for little kids that don't roll so.
Oh, nice.
So that they're consistent and they bake
Yeah.
at the same temperature for the same amount of time.
Wow, I'd never think of that.
Out of your way.
Thank you. So just simple, easy peasy.
Roll it out.
Just roll it out. And then use a cookie cutter. The cookie cutters, St. Nicholas himself is hard to find. Santa Claus, easy peasy. St. Nicholas.
My patron saint. St. Nicholas was born in 270 AD. That's a few years ago, before my time. And he was born in the city of Patara, in a province of Lycia, in what is modern-day Turkey. He was born of wealthy parents, but his parents died when he was very young. And so he used his wealth, even as a young man, to help the poor. Moving ahead a few years, under the Emperor Diocletian, again a long time ago, there were persecutions of Christians, and Nicholas was thrown into prison. But as we know, he eventually was released from prison. Moving further down the line, when Constantine was the emperor, he became emperor around 311 AD, the bishops of the province of Lycia were looking for a bishop, to elect a bishop for Myra. And they couldn't come to an agreement. And finally they had a heavenly message that said that the first person to walk into the church the next morning would be the one they should choose as the bishop. Well, it was Nicholas who walked in the next morning.
Wow.
And so they elected Nicholas as Bishop of Myra, and he served as Bishop of Myra until he died in 350 AD, about 80 years old. Nice long life,
That's
especially
right.
in those days.
Yeah.
Would you like to know more about St. Nicholas?
Yes,
All right.
definitely.
Well, there was a council of the bishops in 325 AD in the city of Nicaea because there was a priest named Arius who was preaching something about Jesus that not everybody agreed with. Nicholas was there at that council as one of the council fathers. Well, he got very wrapped up in this whole controversy and so aggravated with Arius' heresy that he got up from his place, he went over to Arius and he punched him in the nose.
Oh, wow.
Well, he was expelled from the council. But a couple days later, he came back. He apologized, and he was admitted back into the council. So we have the dough rolled out.
We do.
Yeah.
The dough is rolled out and drying. I made, since St. Nicholas cookie cutters are very difficult to find, that look like bishops and not jolly old fat guy. I made these. These are Christmas trees that I just
cool.
formed with pliers
That's
and
awesome.
changed their
Clever.
shapes. These are candy corn that you can.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, those are candy corn cookie cutters. And I just folded the sides in to make the sides of his head and his hat.
Oh.
Wow, that's cool.
And then these are little presses that we use to mark the cookies so that they're easy for the kiddos and anybody else to decorate with icing.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
So we'll just make a few different kinds so you can see how the shapes come out.
Oh, okay.
And if anybody else wants to get their hands sticky, they're more than welcome to get in here.
I think Father Moses
There you
does.
go.
Yeah.
Is that going to fit in there?
He's got that twinkle in his eye.
A little bit. There we go.
Perfect.
Alrighty. Very
Okay.
cool.
Awesome.
Okay. And do you want to hand us our cookie sheet there?
Yeah, certainly. Add a few more to that beautiful St. Nicholas. Wow.
So, this dough is really easy to work with. It comes out really nicely. And pinch off the little Christmas tree. Oopsies. He's stuck. Oh no.
Oh no.
That's right.
Always fixable.
That's right.
It'll
It's
bake
cookie
right
dough.
back
It's
on.
moldable. That's right.
The icing will cover that up.
Yep. And they all taste the same.
That's right. Where is my
Wonderful.
spatula? Is it? Did it manage to
Maybe
stay on the table?
I don't see it.
Maybe a knife would help lift it? There you go.
Yes. And just
There you
slide
go.
it in.
Slide it
That'll
right
do
off.
There we go.
Aha.
Okay.
And
do you want
now-
them in the oven? Oh, you're
No,
going to
not
press
yet.
them.
I want to use
Okay.
the presses on him to do
Oh.
the markings that make him look like a bishop. Here,
Okay.
do you want to put this in here? So, I like to start with his hat,
Okay.
the top of his hat, and his beard. That's what this little press is from. These presses were all made with just wire coat hangers.
Oh, that's so
And
that's so
duct tape.
smart.
So
Wow.
it doesn't take, yeah, it's very low tech, and you can do this you have the materials at home to do these already.
Wow.
Doesn't take fancy stuff. Oh, that's why, because that's not the right one. It doesn't fit.
You have to remember which ones are which.
Yeah,
Very cool.
okay.
Nice.
Mhm.
And then this is a little jezzel that my son made for me.
Oh, yes.
For
Uh-huh.
Oh, you press it right in.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
that's cool.
press
So
it
it
in.
looks
Zezul,
like
that's
he's
the bishop's
holding on.
staff.
He's
Yeah.
holding on the
Closure.
little bishop's staff. Oh, that's cool.
And then this is an omophorion.
Oh,
Oh wow.
yeah.
He's a little Byzantine.
Yes, he is,
Of
with
course.
his rounded
Yeah,
crown.
That's beautiful.
That's right. Now, I was making these with Catholics of all descriptions, and so I have a little mitered bishop here
Oh.
Oh.
and a little curly crozier.
Oh,
Oh,
how
wow.
awesome.
So,
A bishop for all
Those are
people.
wonderful.
that's
That's
exactly
right.
right. And so then we just poke his little eyes.
What?
Just give him eyes.
Oh.
That's as
He
bad as
doesn't
punching
have
Arius
any
in the
yet.
nose.
That's right.
That's right. And if they get off center, it looks really cute. If you just keep everything tilted the same direction, the eyes moved over, just like looks like he's turning and looking at you.
Aw.
Nice.
Clever.
So,
Okay.
so this needs to go into the oven.
Okay.
And we'll need to make some icing.
And what do we bake that at?
Oh, bake it at 350 for about 15 minutes for
Okay.
molds this size, or
Okay.
cookie cutters this
Okay.
size.
Okay,
Okay.
wonderful.
So,
Why does St. Nicholas deliver gifts under the cover of night? Well, that tradition began in my hometown of Patara when I helped a poor man who had 3 grown daughters. He could barely feed them, let alone provide dowries for them to marry. Then I remembered the words of Jesus, who once said, "When you give to the poor, don't let your left hand know what the right hand is doing." And so I gathered 3 bags of gold coins and tossed them through their window at night. That was the first of my midnight visits. And that's the reason to this very day I still deliver gifts under the cover of night. May the same love, joy, and peace that the angels proclaimed on that very first Christmas inspire us to help those in greatest need. As we proclaim, Christ is born, glorify him.
We're gonna make royal icing. It's made with
Ooh,
yeah,
fancy.
royal icing
suitable
for our
for St.
royal-
Nicholas.
There you go. There you go. So 2 egg whites
2 egg whites, okay.
and a pound of powdered sugar.
A pound.
Poof. Now hopefully we'll not fill the whole space with baking powder here when we turn it on. Oh, yes, thank you. Up is good. This was giving us a little trouble earlier.
There we go.
Yay! So, blend and blend.
All right. That looks pretty stiff.
Yay!
Oh,
Yep, there
that
you
looks
go.
great.
Good.
That looks great.
Good, Trish.
Alrighty. So, now we're gonna color.
Let me get these out of your way.
Ah, thank you.
Yeah.
So, we're gonna scoop up a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
And we're using paste food color.
Is this the food color here?
That is. We're using
Okay.
paste cake decorating food color because it's concentrated
Okay.
and you don't want to make it too soft after you spend all that time turning it into.
Scoop up a bunch. Is that a precise
I mean, I
measurement?
can open this one.
Yes.
A bunch?
A
Okay.
bunch. That's right. And
Oh, there you go.
here's a knife you can pop it open with and use it to measure out. Do you want to mix up some red? Somebody?
Sure.
Alrighty.
As soon as I get this. Sure. Can I just use any of these spoons here?
Yeah.
Great. How much would you say? Just a little bit, or how much?
Here, I would tip it out with this.
Okay.
Just because it'll be easier to get it out with.
Okay.
Are these both
Yeah,
the
use
same?
about a quarter of a teaspoon.
Okay.
And we can add more. We'll probably need to add more.
Okay.
Red takes a lot of
Mhm.
red dye.
That right there.
Otherwise, you get lovely shades of pink,
And just
which
stir.
might please your little girls, but is not liturgically correct.
We're gonna make yellow as well?
Yes, we are
Okay.
kind of a golden yellow.
So just give this a stir around. Looks like it's a really nice
Yep.
red color. Wow. I like the psychedelic look. Do you think that's probably
Oh,
St.
that's
there you
very
go.
pretty. It would look like brocade if we piped that on. Like
Yeah. I think we're getting a little bit more. It's looking a little psychedelic orange or something.
Oh,
A
sorry.
little more,
It's all right.
little more
Thank you.
red, maybe.
Do you know what color the priest's vestments are during the Philip fast that precedes Christmas?
No, what color
They're
are they?
red.
Are they?
There, usually
Oh, there you
red.
go.
And what color
I
are
should
you
know that.
making St. Nicholas's?
Red.
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 There you go.
For-
There
There
you
we go. Well, because his feast is Advent.
Right.
Okay, very cool. Alrighty.
Is that too orange, or should we add some more white, or what do you think?
No, I think it's good.
Okay.
We want it to look like gold. And
Oh,
red.
okay.
Oh.
This is
Good.
more.
More red.
Definitely.
Yeah. That's what I'm screaming over here.
And would you like to hold this open for me,
I
Father?
certainly will.
Or maybe if we turn that back a little bit,
I'll
we
call
can
it
keep
on.
those teeth
Put it in
clean.
there. Okay.
And we're using quart zip bags to hold the icing for piping bags,
Oh.
so that we don't have to. See, you just don't need a lot of fancy equipment. It's fun to have all that stuff, but it's not always
Still pink.
necessary.
Let's see here. I think we need.
Thank you, sir.
Mhm.
Still need more red.
There we go.
There we go.
And
That's
if you
starting to look
can
Christmassy.
zip that up and move all that into the
the
corner,
corner?
please.
Can you hold it?
Yeah. Here,
I'm gonna
I'll
get a
hold
real
and
good
you scoop.
arm muscle over here.
Yeah, mixing the red is the hard job, sister. Mother.
All right, I can do this. It's worth it for the cookies.
Everything for the cookies.
Everything. Speaking of cookies, do we need to pull those out soon? Not quite.
Yes,
Okay.
it's probably getting time.
Probably a little more. This is probably still too orange. This is
Yes,
more Halloween,
it-
not
it-
quite Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be one of those odd vestments from another time.
Yeah.
And
That's a
another
very
place.
nice way to put it.
Here, you do that.
I can do
And I'll
that.
get the cookies out.
Sounds good.
There you go.
Oh, there's the.
Bard
Thank you,
knife.
sir.
Thank you.
Oopsie, so
Excuse
sorry.
me.
So shall
Do you
we
want-
set them there or over here?
Get them closer.
This way. Don't burn yourself.
I am earning this cookie. That's all I'm saying.
There you go.
Oh, look how cute they turned out. Wow.
So, oh, thank you, sir. Okay. And if you put the gold on last,
Okay.
then it covers all your edges that you messed up on other things.
Sounds good.
So, oops, there's. So just start and pipe a couple of little. Pipe a couple of beards here. Let's see, my left hand, I need to start up here.
Okay.
Otherwise, I will run my hand through the cookies. I've done it many times.
Oh, wow. That looks so
That's
great.
cute.
And
Yeah.
let's see. I'm gonna use something to.
Oh, a little more red.
Yeah.
I got the short end of this
It
deal.
does. It takes almost that entire thing of.
Oh, good to know. There we go. I'm feeling a little.
Yeah, it's not you.
Okay, good. I was feeling a little. Wow, that's so cute. You make that look easy. I'm sure it's not as easy as you make it look.
It's not hard. If you can squiggle your hand back and forth, you can do it.
Oh,
Does
hope,
anybody else want to? Do you want to?
I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
hope my
And I'll
squiggle's not
cut this
broken.
one and we'll get it ready for the next step.
All right. You guys will have the rest of it finished and maybe we'll have red. We're still going. It's getting closer. We might have Thanksgiving orange over here now. We moved from Halloween on.
Oh,
Whoa!
Oh,
Oh,
popped a
we
hole.
have had
Oh.
implosion.
Oh no.
a costume malfunction.
That's
There you
right.
go. Oh, wardrobe malfunction.
There we go.
Whoopsies.
Easy to fix.
Oh.
Just set it in there and it'll,
Oh.
and we'll just need to cut a new
Snip
tip.
off the corner.
Yeah, cut a little bitty tip off when you're doing it. Otherwise, you'll end up with like that one.
Wow. Oh, sorry, got it on your finger.
That's all right. That's
The
not me
nature-
red-handed. So, now there's a couple different ways you can do this. You can actually thin this stuff out and paint it on, which is a favorite of the kiddos.
Mhm.
Oh, you do the little hat. Okay, so we're going around the top.
And we're going to go along the edge
Down the.
and
Oh, nice. Okay,
Oh,
so the cloak. Wow, this is not how I iced cookies as a kid.
Add it on.
yeah, this is the extra pretty version.
Yes.
That was my favorite way to do them too. So,
We were function, not beauty. This is beautiful.
so you can actually define the edges,
Mhm.
put a glop in, and then spread it with
Spread
the
it.
knife if you want to.
Oh.
Oh.
Good technique.
Let's see.
Very cool.
So,
Very careful to fill that in.
well, if we're gonna have enough for anybody else to eat, you guys
Somebody's
need to
gonna have
dig
to
in
do-
there and help.
Uh-oh. All right, let me give this a try.
Going around the edges of his. Am I saying it right, Father? To say homophorion.
Right, homophorion.
That's the stole that the bishop wears, correct?
That's it, correct.
That looks nice. It's a good color, good yellow.
Looks good enough to eat.
Hey, that's good.
Oh,
That's good. So here's
Great.
a,
Try it? Okay.
yep.
All right. All right.
Hey, that looks awesome.
Thanks.
are you able to hold that one up without
Oh,
the phone?
yeah, I think so. I was just showing it to
How
sis-
nice
to
that is,
Mother.
and that cross
Yeah.
is so beautifully done.
Get a nice little cross on his forehead. That looks pretty good, huh? For my first one?
Very
Awesome.
nice.
Great.
Oh, ho, ho.